This week, we're going to build this beautiful photo web using reclaimed lumber. Stick around and see how it's put together, or at least how I put it together.
Hi, and welcome to In the Shop with James. This week, we've got a home decor project using reclaimed wood. I'm pretty excited about it. I've had this wood sitting aside for this for a while, so let's get started. Oh yeah, by the way, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
I started off by ripping down my reclaimed lumber to the proper thickness. In this case, I chose 1.5 inches. You can choose any dimension that works for you. It just seemed like a good fit for me. I started assembling my frame, cutting 45-degree angles on each piece. Now, I didn't measure anything. I just went off of what felt like a decent dimension based off of the amount of wood I have. So you can pick the dimension that works for you and your space that maybe you plan to put this in. I just made sure that both of my length and width pieces, tops and sides, matched each other, so I cut both at the same time.
Okay, we have our frame put together, super simple. You don't even have to use a measuring tape as you saw. I just mark my edges, kind of sneak up on the marks, and make it work that way. If you want to measure it out to make a certain size, or maybe you only have a certain amount of wood, you can do that as well. I just went off of the pieces I had and cut them to a reasonable length, matched them up. There we go. Next up, pulling the strings and getting ready to hang some photos. All right, to make the web of your frame, you're going to need a couple of packages of eye hooks, some twine, a measuring tape. If you want to measure it out, you don't have to. You can go by eye, however you feel you want to lay them out. A pair of scissors, and then a pencil to mark your locations of the eyes. Let's put it together and see how this turns out.
So about what tools are required. I started out thinking this was going to be fairly easy to screw these in by hand. I was wrong. It was actually kind of a pain. So I grabbed my drill, pre-drilled all my holes, and then just went and screwed them in. Started out using pliers and found out if I got them started, sticking an Allen wrench through the hole made for a great little spinner to make these tight. The next thing to do is to start pulling your strings. For me, I skipped every other eyelet, made my vertical web, and then went across. Ultimately, it's up to you how you do this, but I went for this pattern just to make kind of a web pattern and to give you a place to stick the pictures once it's all done. Oh yeah, one other thing you might want to use, when you tie off your string, I put a little CA glue on it. Super glue would probably also work. It just helps hold that knot tight so it won't come loose, as the twine doesn't hold too tight. Just make sure you pull your strings tight before you set any glue. And after that, it's done. Time to find a place to hang it and start putting some pictures up. Thanks for dropping by this week. I hope you like this project, and if you want to, dig around, see what else our other projects are. We'd love to have you subscribe and come back and see more videos in the future. Just hit that like button, hit the subscribe, and drop a comment if you have any questions about this project. Thanks. See you next week.